Bam. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. If you guys can see trading view. Yes.
Yep,
No.
you're good.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. All right. So yeah, guys. I mean, shit. We've been pushing up since that FOMC, right? I think I played along that day. Took a nasty loss because it was that initial dump. But had I held, everything skyrocketed. Like all the indices, commodity, everything kind of forex, everything took off like big time after that. Meeting, and that just shows you, right? Like this is why I really try not to be news driven at all. Definitely know when events are coming into play like that day, because that day you can avoid headaches when you see nasty run ups and pump and dumps like what we saw that day. Um, no, as far as that, right? Like, no when certain things are coming out. But as far as news, like, right, look, again, we had shit news, and, mind you, this is today. And it's, of course, this is weekend volume that everything just always dies down on the weekend. That's been a trend, like, fucking forever. I want to say that, every month, at least 3 out of those 4 weeks, weekends, you're going to see this on the weekend. You're going to see a nasty dump. But before that, it was that during the FOMO, and then everything took off. Everything kind of really, really pushed up pretty nicely. Bitcoin, where are we with Bitcoin? We're at 21,000. That shows you, right? Look at that. We've been pushing up, and we've been saying this for the past, right? How long have we not been talking about Bitcoin holding those levels, right? Let me see if I can find the original um chart. I think it's this one. There we go. This is the one that we always look at every week on Sunday prep, right? Thank you, baby. Mm. Good, those to your mom. Thank you. Yeah, let me take off Sunday trends, super trends. All right, so let me get this bigger. There we go. All right, so we held. We always this was our weekly downtrend, right? Let me go to the weekly so you guys can see. We and there it is, right? Like there was our weekly downtrend. There was our weekly supply zone, and we really held, right? Like we've been holding this whole time, and we've been saying it, right? Like as long as we hold these levels and we don't break under that 18, we should always just kind of keep longing from that 19,000 or that 20,000, because it tends to kind of really hold really well. We finally did break this downtrend, right? And look, it took what, 1, 2, almost 3 weeks for it to finally perform, pushing up. So everything is making sense, and this is why I just like to stay, again, more chart driven than news driven. Hold on, and I'll show you guys right now. Let me extend this real fast. Extend this one to the right. Erase this. Let me erase this for now. All right, so again, guys, we've been holding that. We've been saying that if we break this trend, even that first week, right? It didn't really look like it was doing much, but it kind of did. It dipped down and then it still held above. But this is just TA driven. Shows you, right? Like your basic downtrend, you finally break those lower highs. You see a nice little push up, right? And even here, we were boxed in this daily for a while. Hold on. One day. Right? We were boxed in even on this one, right? While it was breaking out of that downtrend, right? Our weekly downtrend is this pink line. We were boxed in. We were boxed in, going, day to day, just ping ponging up and down. We were playing shorts whenever we reached 21, almost 20, and we were coming right back down. And we longed this one. I called a few longs from down here. I think it was like two of them, and they all both performed for over, I think, 150% plus. So these are good levels, right? Like now these are levels that we're gonna keep looking at. I'm definitely gonna keep looking at these levels as long as it comes down here, to the 18.5. If it comes down again, again, we don't know what's gonna happen. um People are still saying 12. We're not, definitely not in bullish market yet. However, again, we did do something major, man, and that's kind of something that should have kept my head more into the game. It's just, again, I've been going through a lot of shit lately that is kind of affecting my trading, and it's showing. Um, but we just TA wise, like paying attention to what your market is doing. We broke that weekly downtrend, man. That was a big thing, right? This is a downtrend that's been for more than almost a year. Actually, in November, right? Like, look, right here after November or November 20th. I want to say the first week of November. Yeah, look, we're already in the first week. It's been in this downtrend for almost a year. So the fact that we actually broke it, that should have just shown us that, yeah, man, we might get start seeing some nice little pump, maybe to these levels again where now 25 or 24, I want to say 24 500 is a nasty, nasty resistance there. That's the level that we're looking at now, right? Again, first we had to break this 20K because we were having major struggles there. On the 20K level, we kept coming down, and this is what the box in is pretty much. It was bouncing off of the 18.5 and rejecting off of the 25, right? So once it broke out, which it did, right? It still kind of give it a little retest, but now we're showing good signs of it kind of showing what it did, which was break that weekly downtrend. This is why I like to really stick to trends because kind of really show a lot, man. When you really try to follow these trends, right now we're holding a nice little uptrend right now as we speak with new lower highs, right? So as long as we I guess continue to hold this throughout the week is something I want to kind of say that I'm more bullish this week than anything is again as long as we hold this line. And I need to write that shit down because last time I said I was gonna be a little neutral, more bullish. I went into two shorts and it kind of burned me the week before that. So I need to stick to my guns. And if I'm telling you guys that I'm kind of looking bullish this week, as long as we hold this trend, then I need to look for longs, and the market's been showing it, right? Like it's been showing a nice little run up, came down, we had some sell off, but it's still pushing up. It still looks good for today, even as a Sunday. We had a nasty sell off Saturday, of course. It's the weekend, what do you expect? What goes up must come down eventually, right? And we had like Thursday was it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like three pretty nice green days before we had that nasty sell off on Saturday. But it still looks good, man. It still looks like we're kind of having continuing this trend with new lower highs, and that's something that should give our market a nice little push. And again, like I said, it's been showing, right? Like it's the market, except for yesterday, and I kind of, most of today, it was been green. It's been super green the past few days. Again, even our indices, our forex, everything was pretty much green on Friday, like super green. So, I don't expect too much pullback. People are gonna take profits always, but I think this market is kind of from level wise still looking pretty good. But we're also coming to certain resistance points, right? Like, and if we know anything about this market, we know a good rejection after a run up has always been Bitcoin's kind of MO. So it's things that we have to watch out for, right? Like Bitcoin, I can see it kind of having trouble here in the 22 levels. Have a few rejections right here, three strong rejections, a nice bounce on a support. So you have four touches about right there at 22. So that's a level that we can keep our eyes on for rejection. Because even now, right? Like, I mean, we can still long from here. It's just risky, man. And I'm tired of, I think a lot of these last few trades that I've been looking at that I've been, kind of flunking on, it's been just too much of this, man. I'm tired of grabbing trades in the middle when I'm finding my strong support here and strong resistance, and I'm just, winging it, kind of catching it in the middle and just adjusting as I go. Like if it's not going long and it starts coming down, then trying to average down, and vice versa, on the short side. But it's because it's getting caught in the middle. A lot of these moves are either already done. Even if you go on the hour, yeah, they already ran up. Or it's overbought or too oversold, right? So it's hard, man. It's hard to catch these things. I've been seeing again. I look across the board. I study. I look all over, and I'm not the only one taking losses, which kind of makes me feel better. That shows you that the market is tough right now. The market has been tough on a lot of people, right? Been seeing servers left and right, people taking L's. And it's because of that, man, because it's hard to grab good direction when we don't know what Bitcoin wants to do, right? You still have people screaming 12K, but now you have people all of a sudden switching, right? Oh no, now I see 25K in the in the books. So it's like, we're literally at that middle level where it can go either way. But just TA wise, I mean, yeah, we're still holding a pretty nice uptrend. Just like I said, we are also coming to a lot of resistance points that you kind of want to keep your eyes on. I already said that 22. We even have some coming close by right here too. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches right there. 5, 6, 7 touches, and that's the 21,800 level. Looks very close to that level. And as long as we hold this trend, we can still see those levels. But again, if we break, let's get ready to see 18.5 again. That'll be the place where we long. For now, I'm kind of just staying, like I said, just want to keep a close eye if we do follow this trend to maybe scalp some of these longs. However, if I see a lot of them are doing this neutral middle, ground where you have your resistance up here, um, your support down here, and your tokens or whatever, your coins or whatever you're trading is in the middle. I'm not going for those trades anymore, man. I kind of want to humble myself. I think I've been humbling myself these past few days, taking these losses, and it takes that sometimes. It takes that sometimes to kind of really ground you and be like, dude, you know what? Let's get back to the basics and continue doing what you were doing at the beginning that got you here, right? Um, I've always traded pretty well since I've been doing this. I've been grinding my ass off. Been busy. I've been real busy with the server, and it's been throwing me off. But again, no excuses, right? Like if I'm gonna trade, then I need to be able to throw quality trades. If this is what I'm planning to do every day, so I want to make sure that I get back to those basics this week and focus on that. But I'm not throwing these crazy trades anymore. Like I want to start making more responsible trades, more conservative trades. And that's that even if we do take a loss, we're not taking an 80% loss. We're not taking 120, 200-300%. I'm not doing those high leverage 200x trades like those. That's cowboy shit. To each his own. If you can make those trades, but I want to start playing a little safer, and really building my port, man. Not playing these games up and down. 1 minute your port is up, the next minute is coming down, kind of thing. So I will be looking this week to kind of maybe look for some swing trades, bigger time frame, 4 hour trades. Kind of be a little safer and just that, like I said, trying to get better entries on these where it's we're waiting for these things. Either I put my alerts and it lets me know once we're at certain resistance points or certain support levels, and that's where I think I'm going to be looking to get in a lot of more trades this week. And if I do scalp, like I said, it'll be just paper trading. I want to get back. I feel like my scalp game right now isn't at its best, and I feel like I need to tweak it. So I'm going to work on it this week as well. But Bitcoin, yeah, as long as we hold this level, I'm pretty bullish. I want to say more towards that. I want to see our market turn back green, right? Because everything is really reddish right now. We only have about five to six coins that are green. Oh, 5 to 10. I want to say about 7. Have cells pushing up. FTT's been doing great with 3% up. GNT's been up there for a few days. What else? Matic, of course. Oh man, Matic is still. Hold on, excuse me. All right, sorry. Yeah, look at Matic, man. As we speak, that shit is still pushing. Damn, man. I'm so mad I didn't grab this when I wanted to. Some before that dollar. Like, jeez, man. And I don't want to buy it now when it already ran. I've been telling you guys about Matic, though, right? I've been telling you guys every time you guys talk to me about long-term coins. I keep telling you guys, Matic is it, And I've been saying that since we were at these 70 levels, 80s, that I need to rack up on this. And look, this is one of the very few coins that is still pushing up while everything else is kind of like, going down. Matic is it, man. Matic, if you can own some Matic, telling you guys buy it because it's a great fucking coin, man. Look at it. It's defying the odds. Everything else went down here, man. Matic held this ground a few times. It's fucking pushing like crazy this past few days. Um, wow. And then again, look at Matic has the potential to reach $3. Made it before to 290. Definitely has the potential. Look, we're already right back to the dollar, and it's been under the dollar for a while now, right? All this time, so it's. I just want to see a pullback on this. Once I see the pullback, a nice pullback on this, I'm ready for this one, man. I think Matic, it's time to start investing in some Matic long term. But look, she still looks good, holding that daily trend. Has been holding it for a while. Now the resistance points that people and everybody's been trying to short Matic. You have some days where it gives it to you, some days it doesn't, but it has some really strong rejection or resistance. I want to say right here. Bam, that 133 level. So that's something we could look at this week to see if it reaches it, if it continues running up. Maybe get a nice pullback on that and play the short. Other than that, this market looks pretty good. Let's look at SPY. Bam, bam. All right. So last time we looked at SPY, we had our nice double bottom. We were saying, right? We were saying that it was almost kind of reaching a triple top. It was on this day. It pushed up, and we were right. That was the week that we had like 3 or 4 green days. Then now we see some resistance right here. I see it. Bam, right? Look, support, resistance, and that's exactly where it rejected off of when we were looking at it. Um, I mean, it's still above this nice. Let me extend this to the right. Still above this nice little demand zone. It played with it that one day, but look at the reaction, right? It went under it, closed under it, but then the next day, look at how it opened, man. It just gave you a big run up. So that shows you that there's a lot of buy around this area, around this whole 350 area, 360, 70 area for SPY, which kind of wants to keep it running up. How, excuse me. However, we still on a overall downtrend, right? Um, until and the same goes with Bitcoin. I know we broke that downtrend and we are starting to see some, life. I'm still not a believer of us actually being like in a fucking bull market per se, right? Same thing with this one. I would want to see a nice little break right above 400. I want to say maybe above this downtrend to kind of really show that it's actually, returning back to the monster train that it was running before. I mean, look at this shit, man. Like SPY was on a tear, right? If you caught SPY anywhere around the 200 levels and rode it easily, like look, it only had a few days where it kind of did, gave us a nice little dip, but other than that, it straight pushed up, man. So it was time. I mean, it was time for SPY to finally break, and it did, and it's still showing it, right? It still's made a few nice recovery attempts. However, it's just it's sell off time, man. All these people that grabbed all that money, they're selling. They're getting their profits worth, and eventually we find our strong support, which I think we have one here in this demand zone, and it's showing us that we bounced a few times off of that right here, right here, right here. Um, so it's all a matter of that. Will it hold this support or demand zone, continue going sideways, maybe break above and start giving us these new highs and continue this train that it was doing, or will it break down and really start kind of tearing this shit apart? And of course we're gonna feel the wrath if SPY and S&P, the Nasdaq off, break certain levels like this, we're gonna feel it, right? Because again, both markets kind of do correlate. So this is why it's always good to kind of dabble into SPY, stock market world and see what it looks like. But for the most part, it's not bad. It's just still on the downtrend, But we are showing at least signs of nice recovery whenever it does come down, which is great because it's a big difference when you see something breaking and coming straight down, and it breaking, coming down, but then still trying to push back up. That's showing you that people are obviously, and it's a stock market, right? It's not like this shit is gonna go anywhere anytime soon. So you're always gonna see buyers come in and step in and try to push the price right back up. But right now we're kind of a little neutral on this one, so yeah, a little neutral on SPY. We have resistance at that 390. We have strong support around the 360. We're right in the middle. Like I said, guys, not one of my favorite trading positions to be in because it just makes it really hard on some flip of a coin where this thing can go. And it's almost the same risk to reward, almost like 50-50% of either side. So this is the times where I kind of rather just step back, see clear direction, see how the market reacts. We have look a breakage of an uptrend right here that I just saw. So I want to see if this is actually a nice little downtrend or it's just gonna ping pong up and down. So we'll definitely get a nice few eyes on SPY this week. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum. I was looking at something on Ethereum the other day. I think it was a cup and handle, wasn't it? 4 hour. All right. So wait, is this the right one? Hold on. ATHUSDT. One down there. That shit looks weird. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. All right. So Ethereum had the breakout. This is the breakout I was hoping Bitcoin would get. If anything, it was just delayed, right? Like BTC USDTP on the daily. Oh no, on the had the same thing. All right. So there's our breakout on BTC. Ethereum had an even better breakout. Your lower highs, right? Followed it the day of, man. That's a break. Those are the breakouts I like. The ones that actually break out and actually run the way they're supposed to. Not that bullshit where it kind of runs up and it's showing you a breakout, but then retests, comes down, and then decides to come up. These are my favorites, man. These are the real breakouts that show you when it finally breaking these lower highs. Look at that. Very next day, just boom, skyrocketed. Next 2 days. So Ethereum is doing that, right? This is why it's also dangerous because yeah, it did break your uptrend, which I mean your downtrend, which is great, right? It's showing nice signs of a bullish run, after a nasty downtrend like that is broken. But now it's a chase, right? If you didn't catch it at these levels, you're kind of almost chasing right now, unless it decides to ride this nice, uptrend, which again can easily be broken. But it already broke trend. That's the beautiful thing, right? So now it's a matter of how bad will the pullback on it be before it continues going up. Um, that's usually your case, your first case scenario with a nice little breakout, right? You get a nice little run, and again, eventually you're gonna have your pullback, right? But if anything, I want to say these. Which one was it? The DAX, man. I fucking shorted the DAX like a maniac, and it kind of went up like crazy. Hold on, right? Hold on. Yes, yes. All right. A lot of them were doing that though, right? A lot of these indices were kind of on a nasty downtrend, broke out, and dude, they had like a freakish run, really freakish run. This is one that I wanted to study more this week. I've been throwing out a few calls left and right, and just jumping all over the place, just coming fresh off of crypto, right? Like I kind of feel like I should have taken these a little easier, where it's maybe starting off with one call every other day on these different markets, because they do push different. It's not always a matter of, oh, you're gonna have your trend breaks and resistance and support. They kind of do move a little different than crypto, so it's a little harder to jump back and forth from your forex charts to your crypto and kind of try to match them out. But again, it's something that I still feel like I am gonna do. I'm gonna keep attacking it. I do like the way they all run. I like that there's certain charts that sometimes Bitcoin or the crypto market looks a little boring, and I look at forex and they look exciting, man. They look like pretty dope charts. So I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna still be diving into these. I just want to take my time with it, man. I think I was kind of rushing it that first week, super fucking excited with our deal with BingX, and playing with something different other than coins that I think I kind of I think I jumped. I don't know. I feel like I was doing a little too much, man, and I kind of stubbed my toe per se, right? Like my calls again just weren't hitting, man. None of them. They weren't hitting. So now it's time to just pause back. I'm gonna take it easy this week. I'm gonna still look at everything like I have here in my watch list. I'm just gonna take my time making calls, longer term calls on these, and especially that, right? Because I also found out that you can't average down. You can only buy another contract if you're on this, right? Like if you're shorting here and it's going up and you want to average down and bring it down, you can't. You got to stay with that original one, and then they'll buy you another position. And I do not like to trade like that, because with those you really have to, excuse me, excuse me. You really have to have a good entry on that, right? Like if you're following this, to be able to get a good run on this, you kind of really got to have this entry right here, or like I said, just really, really on point entry to kind of make those calls. So again, it's something different. It's something I'm excited to try, and I'm not giving up on that shit. Like I just gotta find my system for it. So I'm gonna take my time with it and do it right instead of rushing it the way I did last week. But I'm still excited, man. Look at these charts. Like they really do make dope ass charts, right? Like this was the supply I had on it. It was following this uptrend to the T. When I drew this it was around here, right? So look at that. You know, it rejected off of that zone. It came down and bounced exactly on the trend line that I had drawn out. And then when it broke it, right? Like it really did break it. So that shows you that still, you know, even in Forex, even in indices, even in commodities, you can still find your strong demand zones, supply zones, trend lines, and they will still work. You understand? It's just like I said, you know, you just gotta understand that these things do move a little different. And it comes to that, like I'm trying to still understand how quick the movements are in 200x moves like a motherfucker. Like I I did my first trade on it and I was like, holy shit. You know, I should have obviously tried 200x because I never traded on 200x before. So, but just to see that, to see how quick the movements are, and they're quick, right? They're 200 fucking x. So even this little movement right here, from here to there, that was like almost 30-40%. You see what I'm saying? So just, you know, the more better, I guess I want to say, you get at your trading and entries, then probably play with higher leverage, because, you know, once you're playing with high leverage, again, your entries have to be on point for you to really make some really, really good profits on that. All right. So let me see. As far as these go, I mean, they pushed like crazy last week. I wouldn't be surprised if it's time for them to kind of sell off. It's just a matter of finding that resistance that they have. It's the weekly. Yeah, look at all this resistance up here on the weekly. Damn. Alright, so we have this supply zone on the weekly. A bit of support here. About there. Okay. Then you have your downtrend here. Not really a strong one, but alright, so there's your overall downtrend. So yeah, with these, I'm gonna keep looking, and I'll just again take my time with these trades. Try to make better entries on these, because again, like I said, these really have to be on point to kind of print on these. So take my time with these. Still dive into my crypto, of course, this week. You know, even like I said, I had a shit week. I'm not giving up. That's not in me to give up, man. I'm gonna keep busting my ass. I'm just gonna take my time this week. I'll really look at, you know, certain trades, look at the ones that I was doing wrong, and I saw two of them yesterday. I was kind of really looking at my entries and everything, and I was going back to something me and Brian were talking about, that I think we kind of like to eyeball a lot of trades. And it's a gift and a curse, right? Like sometimes that shit works great, and you're like, holy shit! All I had to do was eyeball it. I got on and I print it. You know, when it works, right? But when it doesn't, it's like, all right. And then you kind of keep doing it in a habit where it's just turns to shit. You know, and I've been doing that too much, I think, lately. I've been just trying to eyeball things real quick. Oh shit, yeah, there's the downtrend, there's a lower highs, you know, eyeballing it, and okay, I'm getting on along, and you know, next thing you know, I'm drawing it out. After I'm on it, I'm like, oh shit, I missed this resistance. Damn, I bought it exactly at resistance, and things like that. So, like I said, this week is gonna be a lot of studying, really studying myself as a trader, trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong and fix it. That's it. You know, there's nothing else to it but to do it, right? Fix it, go on, move on. You know, take all these trades one day at a time until I get my mojo back, because this is it, man. This is what I like to do, guys. You know, this is my shit. I love to trade. I love to trade. I hate making bad trades. I hate when people lose money. You know, I hate to lose money myself. So these are things that, you know, got to fix, nip in the butt if you want to be an analyst, and get it done. Fuck it. No more crying about it. Just get it done. So that's pretty much it. Went over BTC, Ethereum. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If not, if there's any other charts you want to look at, now is the time. Alrighty.
Look at LTC.
Huh?
Look at LTC.
LTC. Yes,
It's coming up at a double top
TC USD.
resistance on the day chart.
Yeah, on my LTC USDT. LTC, USDTP. All right, what were you saying on the double? Oh, there's a resistance right off the back, just by again doing that whole eyeball shit. But let me actually draw it out, because I don't want to keep getting used to this eyeballing nonsense. Because if you make it a habit, you'll do it over and over. And I'm telling you, I think that's one of my main things that I've been messing up on this last few weeks. Is just that I've been trying to eyeball things. I'm forgetting to look at my actual market to see how it's doing. And then by the time I put out the trade, I'm like, holy shit, the whole market is red and I'm going long. You know, like go figure why your shit is not performing. Hello. Going against the trend instead of going with it. LTC is at exactly strong resistance, supply zone right about there. So you still have a little space for it to reject. What are you trying to do? You trying to long it on a breakout? You trying to play the rejection off the resistance? Hello, hello.
Sorry, you're outside. It's like you're screaming in my ear. There we go. Gotta turn that off. Yeah, I was just looking at it. I'm not trading right now. I decided I'm just gonna wait for Mondays and Tuesdays because I can't trade at work anymore. It's keep getting wrecked.
Yeah, man.
So,
I hear you on that shit, bro.
but just something I was bringing attention to, just because it is at a pretty strong resistance point, so it could see a little droppage.
Dude, at a very strong.
That's
I love daily ones, man. Like I love daily rejection and resistance, and it's there.
yeah,
Look at it. It's exactly at a
like yeah,
strong.
it's solid. Dude. You got it. Like there's something there.
Oh no, absolutely, but I see it, man. Like OD. Damn, that's not a bad fuck, man. Oh, that is a look at yo, dude, and look where that 15-minute candle rejected, right? You guys just saw me put that line here. This is the line that I just put, right? It was right here. Mind you, you have your whole zone, which that's the beauty of supply and demand zone, that it gives you that notion that it's not just a line. You know, as much as I love supporting resistance and what it teaches you, you know, it also makes you feel like it's only a line that it's gonna hit, and oh my god, look, if it breaks that line, then it's what I love about supply and demand is that it broadens your mind, right? It's showing you that it's not a line, it's a zone, man. Anywhere in this zone, right? Look, in this zone, we had a rejection here, we had a rejection here, we had the wick up here, the body here, you know, like it's showing you all these different levels within this zone. That's it's just showing there's a lot of sell pressure, right? So but when I put these lines inside, right, those are usually my DCA or TP lines, is that resistance line, right? Like this is your supply zone of where you're seeing a lot of sell pressure, but this is the one line that kind of almost zeroes in of where you get these touches, right? You have one touch here, the body here, three here, four, five, six, seven touches right here. Strong line, strong resistance. So those were there, right? I come here and look, and mind you, again, I put that line without even looking at this. I zoom into a 15-minute, and what's the first thing I see? Is that the fucking body and the wick came exactly to that fucking line, dude, exactly to that line, and closed red, and gave you two more 15-minute candles red. That's showing you strong resistance, like Brian just said. The only thing that scares me is, of course, man, right? Like this market has been pushing up. Can it break now? Yeah, right. And if it does, LTC is at that point where this is it, right? Like this is what I want to happen to fucking Bitcoin so bad, where it's here's your resistance, right? Your supply zone resistance, your top of the top notch, right? It's, you know, you had it up here, did all of this for weeks and days, never really kind of broke these resistance until recently, right? And even broke this resistance. And now we're at that major resistance where if it breaks this, that's when you start seeing bullish trends, right? Like bullish market, bullish trends. So it's a crucial fucking point, man. Like really crucial point on LTC right now. Where if you see a breakout, I think you're gonna see some strong fucking running, right? Like really strong push up. Again, right? We also have some resistance at 84, have some about 82 ish. Then the next one is all the way almost at 95, man, and we're at 72. That's 20-point run. Like that's it's a killer long. If it gets that breakout and it continues to run up there, it'll be beautiful. But if not, it's showing you textbook that this is where you're gonna probably have some strong resistance. And again, it all depends on your market, right? This is why you gotta keep in mind that when you're making trades, and this goes for myself too, because I've been kind of ignoring this shit and it's been kicking me in the ass, is that when you're trading, look at your market, right? If don't go against your trend. My mistake has been these past few days is I've gone back to a few of my trades and I'm looking and I'm like, holy shit, wait a minute. When I made that call, the market was the complete opposite of what my call is doing. One of my rules, top 5 rules, guys, is look at your market. This is the quickest way you're gonna see how your market is doing, right? If your whole watch list is red, what does that tell you right off the back? It doesn't take a genius or a scientist or anybody that reads 100 books to figure it out, right? Like any fool can do it. It's telling you your market is red, it's selling, right? People are selling off, things are coming down. Your market is green. What is it telling you, right? People are buying. People are pushing the market up. So when you're trading against your trend, what do you expect, right? Like yesterday, I threw a long when everything was red. Everything was fucking red, and I threw a long because I saw strong little minor support there that I was looking like it could have bounced off, and it did for like 2 seconds, and then it broke and it went to shit, right? Now it goes back to that. Yeah, in a red market where things are selling off, you're gonna find like watch, I want to find a nice downtrend. Let me show you guys what I mean. Okay, here we go, right? In a nice downtrend like this. Here's a downtrend. I actually got a bearish channel going on here. Right? Bam bam. Okay. Alright. Right? Even in your downtrend, can you play the long? Absolutely, right? Because even in this hour chart where you have an overall downtrend, you get more bang for your buck, right? Market is red. You're following the downtrend even when it runs up. Even if you bought some shit like here where it was already came down, to give it time, it'll drop lower, right? Because again, the market's selling off. But even when you're in a nasty downtrend, can you play the long? Yeah, you can. Are you supposed to? Probably not, because you can get a few, you can get some percentage, 10, 20%. And that's what's been the case, man. Like I'm noticing a lot of my calls, I was getting good calls as far as, yeah, if I was scalping for fucking 5 minutes, it went up 10, 20%, I could have got out. And then it came to shit, right? But overall, right, you get bigger and more money and more bang for your buck when you're following trend. Unless you really caught this long, which to me looks like the only decent long. And again, unless you caught this one all the way up here, but I want to start it from like down here, right? Unless you caught that long, this one right here, maybe this one's all the way up here. They weren't giving much. They were little leg ups to continue coming down. What do you see in this picture here is the big red candles, right? Big yellow candles, red candles. That's you getting more bang for your buck, right? You just say it ran up, this was the leg up. You catch it anywhere here, right? Boom, comes down, right? Even when it came back again, gave you even stronger lows. More bang for your buck. And you don't have to worry as much, right? Because you're following trend. When you go against it, yeah, again, you can, we've all done it, right? Catch a nice little long, give you 50, 100%, whatever, leverage you're doing. You can catch it, yes, but it's still risky. It's not worth the headache when you're trying to go against the wave, right? And if the market is showing you that everything is red, then you should be looking for shorts, honestly speaking. And that's something again that like I'm telling you guys that shit, and I'm preaching it to myself and kind of trying to drill it into my own head because I haven't been listening to my rules, and that's one of them. And I just been kind of eyeballing shit and just jumping into it, and then I'm looking back why they're losing, and it's that I'm not paying attention to certain rules that got me to where I'm at with my good trades. Those are certain rules that all got me to where I was at, and I've been ignoring each and every one of them, just kind of trying to rush things, and it's showing. So now I'm going back to those rules again, and this is one of the biggest ones that I can tell you guys is that, man, look at your market before you get in. Understand what your market is doing, and this is the quickest way. Just a quick glimpse at your watch list, kind of give you a heads up of how your market's looking at the certain moment, right? Again, it's not for the whole day. It's at that moment, right? Because I've taught classes where one class everything is red, and an hour and a half later, I have my next class and everything is green, and that shows you how fast your market can change, right? Like it can all be red, and the next 2 hours we have big ass green candles like this all across the board, and then it switches green, and you'll start seeing more and more switch green. Look, now we're seeing more green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We were only seeing like about 6 last time. 7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, look. Oh no, but this is the other ones. I'm sorry. So that's the quickest way, guys, to kind of get a nice glimpse of what your market is doing, I think. And it's something you want to pay attention to. But I like this LTC, man. I want to see just look obviously fight off more, maybe better rejection. Right now, we're still getting nice green candles. It's not breaking this. I would want to kind of maybe see if it doesn't go up again here, maybe kind of see this little breakage of its little small demand zone that it has right now on this. And look, if you even put a 5-minute trend line, you can see that it is following a bit of a trend right here. All right,
If
low
it
highs,
breaks
low highs,
seven
low
one
highs.
five, oh, sorry.
Huh? No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, if it breaks 7155 on the 30-minute, then it should be going on a downtrend. If it breaks that and holds on the 30-minute candle.
7155. Hell yeah, I got 7160 exactly. You see? So if a
Oh,
nice little, and not only will it break that support or that little demand zone, but you'll also get a trend break right on your 5 minutes. So I think Brian's right. If you get a nice little break from there, nice little short scalp, should be in effect. Something that you guys could look at if you guys are charting and trading. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So yeah, this week I want to say if Bitcoin stays on course, then I'll be a little more bullish this week. And yeah, as long as we hold these highs, continue to have low highs, right? We can still have another day or two of it coming down before we get that initial, pull off, right? That little sell off, and then boom, continuation of that nice uptrend. So I'm looking for that. If not, it wouldn't, I wouldn't be surprised if we break this week, break trend, and go back to the 18 levels and do it all over again. Because we also said that, right? We also said that until we don't really break certain levels like that 24, 22, 25, it can just ping pong like this for weeks and months at a time. Like literally weeks and months at a time. I don't think we see this 25 level for quite some time, and that's just again, that's my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but I personally don't think we see this for a while. I think we're just gonna keep ping ponging, around these levels, up and down until we finally do make a break move. But again, we're in very good standings, right? The fact that we actually, and it took us a fucking year, to break this downtrend that we started last November 10th or 11th, and we're in November 6th. And again, mind you, it broke it a few days ago, right? But you know, we broke it, what was it, on October actually. So yeah, again, it's the same shit. Almost a fucking year of just straight downtrend. But are we out the woods? Hell no, right? We still need to beat all these levels here. We still have resistance here at 22.5. We still have our famous 25 line, 24,500. Like this now we have resistance points, right? And until we don't break those, then I'll just keep saying that we're gonna be neutral, right? I'll keep looking at certain points to reject. The next point I want to look at for a nice strong short is probably this one right here, that 22,400 level. We had a solid rejection off of that last time. That gave us days of it coming down. So, this is something I want to make a little mental note of. That if we do get to these levels again, somewhere I kind of want to look to short 22,400. Yeah. All right. Any questions, guys? If not, I am out of here. Tomorrow, Members Monday, should be in full effect. Just gotta go to the gym, take my son in the morning to school, go to the gym, and then I'll be here all day, looking. Excuse me. Excuse me. Looking for trades. Maybe we'll look at one or two of these, tomorrow, just to start off the week. Maybe look at one that we could probably swing throughout the, 5, 7 days. Yeah, maybe we'll do that, man. Maybe we'll look at one that we can kind of see if we can swing it for the next few days and just keep our scalping on like crypto, to our norm, right? Like we like to scalp crypto pretty much throughout the week. But with this one, I think I want to kind of get it into more of a More of a swing thing, man. Because I like this. When it moves, it moves. You understand? You guys got to look at these moves. Like when it really does move, look at that downtrend, right? It's days of a downtrend. When it switches trend, it's switching on an uptrend for days, and then switching back on a downtrend for days. Like when it does switch, these things switches for days, right? So if we do catch a nice short off or something like this, and we decide to play the short on it, then look for something that's probably gonna print, right, for a few days. But something like this, I would kind of want to look at the breakout too, right above, if not. But we'll look at it tomorrow, man. Tomorrow we have literally all day, Members Monday, for us to do that. Other than that, I think, damn, I gotta talk to Astro. I think Astro this week was gonna do a class on smart money concept. I don't know if he said it was this week or next week. Um, so I got to get back to him with that. My man AR, I don't know what the fuck happened to him. He said he was gonna do a class, and all of a sudden, he said he's scared to do it in front of you guys. So I do not know if he's gonna do it or not. And I get it. Some people just, they don't like to kind of do classes, which sucks because then, it's like, dude, you're doing great. Why don't you show everybody else, what you're doing, so we can all profit from it too, right? Some people don't think like that. Some people like to just keep their notes to themselves, and let greed take over, and it is what it is. But I don't know. If not, I'll still try to get him into here and see if he can do a nice class on that. We also have Joker Carry that wants to do part 2 of Forex class. Again, I gotta touch with him this week to see if he can do it this week. If not, definitely next week. um what else? Oh, the website I finished, but I'm waiting for the domain name to change. So I think I want to wait for that to happen before I show you guys, and maybe you guys could give me a nice some feedback on it, see how it looks. Maybe I can make some changes on it. But also there, I think I have all the memberships for those that want to change their membership. Instead of paying monthly, you can save more by doing the, what is it, quarterly or yearly memberships as well. Already finally finished that. Um, and that's it, guys. Clothing coming out soon too. Here, I'll give you guys a preview. This is what it looks like. I gotta finish all of this, but this is kind of what it looks like right now. Something I did by myself just to kind of get the ball rolling and have our website, because a lot of these affiliated programs, like I want to get us a nice discount for VPN, being that I know a lot of us have to use VPN. They all wanted a website, so I'm like, you know what? It's time to bring out the website, right? Clothing, just some of the shirts and stuff that coming out soon, but working on that as well very soon. So a lot of shit, guys. Again, man, just because I'm quiet sometimes, don't think I'm not working, guys. I'm always working, man. I'm always trying to figure things out, for good vibes, just to make us better than and stand out and do what we do. Um, so whenever I'm quiet like that, it's either I'm going through shit, like all of us, like everybody else, or all the waivers. You already know I'm making you guys a fucking waiver shirt, bro, for sure. For my fucking Elliott wave assassins like Omarion, like Tex, like Kiko, that are just killers. Damn, I want you guys to do more classes on those Elliott waves too, man. So that'll be dope. I definitely want to get Tex in here too. I signed him. I definitely want to get Tex in here too, man. To do some more classes on Elliott waves, because I see a lot of you guys are really liking it. I've always liked that, just haven't had time to study it. But with these guys doing classes on it constantly, this is what we're about, right? Like we can learn more and more. I can pick it up as I go and keep learning Elliott waves, and so many different things, guys. There's so many different ways of trading that there's no way you guys can ever be satisfied with just doing one thing. There's just too many, man. The smart money concept, Elliott waves, fucking supply, demand. Like there's just too many ways to trade, man. So there's always gonna be something for you guys to do. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Busy week. My family flies in this week on Friday, so I think I'm gonna take off Friday to like next Wednesday. Haven't seen my family from New York in a minute. They're gonna come stay here 5 days, so I'm gonna make sure I spend some time with them. And then that's it, guys. Every other day is doing what we're doing, learning, trading, helping one another out. So whatever you guys need, let me know. And again, I'll keep you guys updated on any changes that we will be making. Cool, cool. All right, y'all.
Thanks for all your hard work. Take some time for you.
Always, man. Yes, sir. Thank you, man. You got it, my man. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll talk to you guys later, man. Have a good night. Safe week. Trade safe always, guys. Peace out.
Goodbye.
Yeah.